Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well, today we are talking about something very interesting. Basically, you know, we are trying to say something very interesting. So, if you noticed, I have used basically, well, what are these? These are filler words. Filler words in English. These are phrases. What are filler words? Filler words are phrases or words which you use to fill in the gaps in your normal English language or while you're speaking to make your English more smooth, to sound your English to be more smooth, more fluent. You use the help of these words. Filler words are like help words which fill in the gaps where you need to take pauses or where you need to think before you speak. So, let's get started to understand where and how to use these filler words. So, the first word here is well. Well, you use where you have to replace something like so. So, if somebody asks you, how did you like the presentation? You are going to start, well, I think it was quite interesting. So instead of just saying, mm, taking those sounds, making those sounds look weird, you can just start, well, I think it was quite interesting. Next word is basically. Now, this word is usually used when you're trying to explain something to someone, mostly in offices or during discussions when you're talking about some important topic or a longer discussion. In between that, when you're trying to explain this to somebody, you're saying, basically, the concept of this project is right in front of you. Let me explain. So, this is the word that you use instead of taking a pause. Next, in the meantime, this word is used or this phrase is used while you are waiting for someone or something to happen. Like during the party, the kids took a long time to reach the spot. In the meantime, we decided to have a cup of tea. Or while we were waiting for the chief guest to arrive, in the meantime, we decided to discuss the agenda. Okay? Next is however or by the way. These phrases are used when you're wanting to begin something. However, this idea seems interesting. However is mostly used in place of but. So if you want to say this is interesting, but I think there can be some changes. So instead of that, you can say, however, I feel we can make some few other changes. And to further add to this, you can also say, by the way, I think we can make some more changes in this. Similar to this is also the other phrase, you know or you see. This also is usually used when you're trying to begin something or you're trying to explain something to somebody whom you don't know personally, or usually you're trying to explain something to someone who doesn't know the topic that you're trying to explain. So, we are talking about this particular object. You see, if you look at the graph of this object, you will see that there is a growth in this particular item. So when you're trying to explain something, to begin that explanation, you can use you know or you see. Then when somebody gives you a news, you say, don't tell me. For example, do you know our boss fired Mr. X today? How would you react? Oh, OMG, oh my. Instead of using these common words, say, don't tell me. Okay? Next, are you serious? Like, really? This is also another phrase to be used instead of, oh, oh my God, OMG. This is also something when you're shocked or when you get some news. Are you serious? Like, really? Next comes seriously. This word is mostly used in response to something when you hear something which is very funny. Like, During the class, I was just trying to hold my laughter. So the other person says, seriously? So that is something when you use when something is funny. Having said that, now this phrase is used in the middle of any discussion. Mostly in offices, this terminology is mostly used in corporate culture or in corporate languages. So in the corporate lingo, when you're discussing something, when you're doing a presentation, mostly people say, having said that, I would further like to add this point. So this is in the middle of something where you want to add further to your point. Next, in all probability. This is used when you are sure of something. In all probability, he is definitely going to say a yes to it, which means if you are sure of something, then you say, in all probability, I think we will get this offer. In all probability, I think we will win the tender. Next, in my opinion. This is something when you want to say, if you ask me. So if somebody says, how did you like the movie? Well, in my opinion, it was a bit boring. Well, if you ask me, I found it quite interesting. Okay? Most certainly, obviously, definitely. These are the terms that you use when you have to say a yes. At the end of the presentation, when somebody says, I hope I made this point clear, then you would say in affirmation, most certainly, obviously, most definitely. So these are the words, these are the filler words that we use to improve our English, to enhance our English speaking skills, and this will also make you give a little bit of a thought before you give your sentence out. So these filler words are very helpful. Stick to my channel to know for more. Thank you.